Okay, here we are in a deep greenside bunker at Farrell Arrowwood on the 5th hole. I have my 60-degree lob wedge. We just go over a couple basic things that you need to understand. I think one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they need to try to help the ball into the air. It does not work. Again, like the full shot, like the shot off the fairway, out of the rough, you must hit down on the golf ball. The only difference is you're hitting down on the sand. Sand shots work by this little thing called displacement. When you put your club in the sand, it displaces that sand, it moves the sand, and the ball is resting on the sand. So when the sand moves, so does the ball. And if we understand how to make the sand move in the right direction, the ball follows. Okay, so here's how it goes. When you set up, I'm just going to simply talk about displacement. I like to put the ball a little forward in my stance. I'm going to take the club up in the air and I'm going to stick it in the sand just for effect and stop it. And you're going to watch the ball fly out. So I'm going for about 2 to 3 inches behind the ball. I take it up, stop it, the ball comes out. So that dispels any method of trying to lift the golf ball up into the air to get it out. You must strike the sand down. That's number one. Point number 2 in the sand is that we're using the back of the club, which is called the bounce, and the bottom of the club, which is called the flange or the sole. So in order for this to work properly, when you swing the club through in the sand, you need to keep the face open. If you turn the face over, you're not going to have consistent good results. You must keep the face open throughout the shot. So what I like to do in order to keep that face open is something that you instinctually do after years and years of playing golf is I'll take my right hand and put it on top. Now there's a famous coach in Europe called Pete Cowan, and he calls this the butterfly grip. Okay, so where you keep your right hand is facing the ground and your left hand is facing the ground. This ensures that when you swing through, you keep the face open so you can release down and the face stays open. Hugely important for being a consistent good bunker player. There's no reason why you can't be a good bunker player. If you start with your hands to the side of the club, you're going to dig the front edge of the club into the ground. You have no chance of being a good player. So here we go. Butterfly grip, hands on top, face is a little bit open. Now I understand, 1, I need to hit down into the sand. 2, I need to keep the face open. Swinging about 3 inches behind it, butterfly grip. Comes out beautifully. Okay, we understand now that a couple things. 1, we hit down into the sand displaces, moves the ball out. 2, we need to keep the face of the golf club open. The butterfly grip accomplishes that, plus your own awareness of the face staying open as it comes through. Number 3, where to hit behind the ball. Now, I was taking a lesson with Jerry Tucker years back, and he said he got on the phone with Dave Peltz, and they talked about exactly where do the touring pros hit behind the ball. You've always heard, hit 2 inches behind the ball, hit 2 inches behind the ball. The fact of the matter is, most touring pros hit 4 inches behind the golf ball. So what that means is you can hit between 6, even 8 inches behind the ball to 1 inch behind the ball and get a relatively good shot if you're swinging into the sand correctly. Now, one little drill I have for you is to draw 2 lines in the sand approximately 6 inches apart. Stand to it with your golf club right on the back line. Imagine your golf ball's on the front line. All you have to do is hit somewhere between the back line and the front line, and you're going to hit a good shot. So we got our butterfly grip. We understand that we're going to hit the sand down. We're going to hit down into the sand. Now we got 6 to 8 inches of room to work with, and we're just going to practice seeing if we can hit that out of the sand. Now that was actually perfect because it was just in front of the back line, maybe 5 inches behind the front line. Practice this over and over and over again. Get your hand-eye coordination right, and then when you put the ball down, it's a piece of cake. Okay, so the last drill we talked about the lines in the sand and hitting in front of that back line and going forward. So this puts you in a very aggressive posture. You're not backing out of the shot. You're not falling back to try to hit behind it or lift it up. So now let's take that idea and put it into our shot. So instead of putting the golf club an inch away from the golf ball, let's bring the ball forward in the stance and the club 3 or 4 inches behind the golf ball so you can be aggressive coming into the shot. So here we go. So we got the ball forward in the stance. The club is 3 or 4 inches behind it. Now we're going to go forward. Ball pops right out. Nice aggressive strike. The final point about bunkers is there's a variety of shots to be hit. If you go and try to hit one shot the way another shot should be played, it's going to be difficult. But if we stand here and we have a basic bunker shot, slightly uphill lie, pretty firm sand, what we're doing is we have that golf ball forward in our stance. We have the club head 2 or 3 inches behind the ball so we can move into it aggressively. And you're going to feel like most of your weight is always on your left foot. So we're making a strong pivot motion around the left leg. So it's a single pivot motion. We're not shifting our weight to the right and shifting our weight to the left. We're staying right where we are. We're putting the ball forward enough in our stance so we can really be aggressive and swing through. And that would be the basic bunker shot. So here it is again. Ball forward, club back, 80% of my weight on my left foot. As I go back, it stays. As I go forward, it increases. So it stays at 80. It increases to approximately 100. So I'm behind it. I feel really good. Back, through, ball pops out right next to the hole. Okay, so if you follow these 5 points, your bunker play is bound to improve and you're going to enjoy playing out of the sand a lot more.